And let me tell you, when you develop a name, there are certain names, even the things that they give are not that good. But they have developed the name that is too big that you will not say no to them. Okay? So number 3. Make sure that you develop a name that that people can say yes to. You know, before you even sell anything, before you say anything, people are ready to say yes. They're like, you know, Kakati, amongst the speakers, we were thinking we should invite so-and-so, we should invite so-and-so. When they say your name, they're like, the list is done. Go to Twitter. You get it? As in, no one can say no to you. Why? Your track record speaks for itself. But where is the track record? That is why we say you cannot build a brand without social media. Because those are the free platforms that we have. So can you display your track record? You have a display, you have an office to show up every single morning. You have a shop to open every single morning, which is social media. So open up and say, good morning. Have you seen people who say good morning and people like it more than 1 million times? And they answer, what do they have? No, let's be honest. What do they have? What they have is a name. That is all. This name is expensive. And how you build your name gives it the value that people will attach to it. I think you've seen some people and they are trying to build a name. Na ye oliesiga toliesiga. Ogamba obabya byayogera. Wali welalikideko omuntu nga yimiridde okwogera. Someone stands up to speak and you are worried on their behalf. They're like, wakati bagenda kwogera kibanange. You even feel like you're not settled in your seat. Okay? So, develop a name. A brand gives you influence that money cannot give you. You can have your money and you will stay with your money. A brand gives you influence that when someone sees you taking soda, they feel like that soda is what they should take. Why do we have brand influencers? When someone sees you using a certain soap, that is the soap that they want to use. Why do you think that is so? It's because they have built a name over time. Okay? So, I need us to be able to build the name, and I need you to ask yourself, what questions are you asking yourself? Are you thinking, what, sorry? Of which name? Your name, Bahati. My name, Bahati. Your name is what we are building. We are not building anything else. Your name. As in, that people know it. Who do you know, who influences you in Uganda? Sorry? I do? Okay. So, she has Bahati, Flavia Tumusime. You get it? Flavia Tumusime has built that name over time. The kind of following that she has, the kind of work that she does, that she can even disappear for a full year. And then she will come back and she will even have thousands of, you get it? And people will be like, welcome back, we missed you. You get it? The name is that she has built the name over time. She has shown up for that name. She has been on those radio shows. She has shown up in the music, in the emceeing industry. She has shown up on TV. She has been on news, as in she has building her brand, and she has been building it before our eyes. That is why I tell you, you cannot build a brand in hiding. You build a brand in visibility, in daylight, where people are seeing. Okay? Do not fear to sound your own trumpet. So, develop a name. A brand gives you influence more than money will ever give you. And then become a person that people say yes to, regardless of the product. Whether you have kwara product, they are like, atundachi, njachigula. Wanji? There are people who are like that. Ngabwaba atunde chintu. You don't need to ask yourself twice. You automatically want to buy. Baba tunde bizigo, you're thinking, ebizigo bidaika byebijjo kunkolera ebyo. There are people, I don't know for how many years people have begged me to do cosmetics. And I'm like, you know what? I'm also figuring myself out. Like seriously, half the time, and muchikotolo chabana, atolulala, nate. gundi zinjocha, sunscreen is zinjocha. You get it? The good thing is I don't have a reactive skin, that I can oscillate between chikotolo and jagens and what, twala tugende, and I'm okay. But for me to sit down and strategize and say, kakati, I want to do cosmetics, I don't see myself. But you realize that there are people that have trusted me enough to say, if we can have the kind of skin that you have, that will be good for us. You get it? So you realize that a brand gives you influence, and then you become a person that people say yes to. And then I want you to, your name, just put your name. What do you want to be known for?
I would like to start up a juice business.
A juice business. You know Dalaus?
Pardon?
Have you seen Dalaus? How many of us know Dalaus? We've seen Dalaus juice nearly on. Ne, Acharya? Mm-hmm. So you realize that he has a brand on the market. And how that brand happens is because I've ever hosted him. He was in Nairobi taking care of his sick father who had cancer. And so he had to make juice every day for the sick father. So the doctors taught him how to do the juice for the sick father because he could not take anything else. So after his father dies, he comes back, he's at campus. He has because now his elder brothers have taken now the care and they don't have the money, so now he has to juggle. He has to work while he goes to school. So he opens up, gets a fridge, puts it in a corner somewhere and says, "Naizo kola juice, let me do juice. Gwemba denkolera tata wange ntandiko mutunda mbantu." That is how the Lausi juice came into existence. So you realize that what we are creating the name around is not far from us. It is something that is closer to home. That if you are very good with hair, that hair can give you a lot of money. How many people are earning money out of hair in this town? And guys are taking the market. Not even the ladies. Guys are taking the market. And they're branding themselves. You go to Kisementi, you will have what? Hair by Ziwa. And then you will have Sean on the other end. And then you will have a Puli at the start. Like they are all huge brands and in the hair industry, and they know them. So, but someone just decided and said that, you know what, but Sean's mother, I don't know if some of you know Sean, but Sean's mother wanted him to be a lawyer, something like that. And the boy wanted to do hair. And all of a sudden, whenever he got his free time, he would go to a certain salon to learn hair. And after that, the mother was like, "Nayo kati ofuse chitaga sa naga mama nze kino kyenjagala era kyengendo kola nagenda ne bamugobanga ne ku mirimu ne bakola ki." And he's doing so well for himself. So well. So you realize that what we need to do is not very far from us. It is part of what we want to do. There is one Melanintis. I don't know if we know her. She started a hair care product, natural hair. And she started it while in the pandemic. You know her? In the pandemic. And she's still a student. She's a first year at campus, and she's a CEO of Melanintis. When you see her products, you will think it's a whole company that is doing her products. She does them from her bedroom. And she has been hosted nearly on every TV. And she has funders coming in to even put money into her business. And she's making quite huge money that her parents now have started to even support her and to even do it with her. So you realize that you don't need to start on anything else. You just need to ask yourself, what can I do right now? And I know that some of you have already gone on a journey of discovering yourself and being able to do that, okay? So make sure that what you say and what they see, okay? What people see and who you are, they match, okay? Make sure that what people see, because it's your name that we are talking about. We are defending your name, by the way. That is all that we are doing. The name that you have created yourself. Do you know people are making brands out of being doctors? Do you see them on social media? Out of being nutritionists. So whatever you can't think and say, but you cannot create a brand in this line. Everything, you can actually create a brand in it if you just put your mind on it and the focus that we talked about. The people that have created those brands, they started small and they grew bigger. Why? Because of focus. So That is building a name that has integrity. That is number one, build a name that has integrity. We talked about integrity, so I'm not going to explain integrity. Be straightforward, say what you mean, and mean what you say. Make sure that you build confidence in people. Integrity gives you ability to become a person of influence. Okay? No one wants to be influenced by someone who does not have integrity. That is it. No one wants to be influenced by someone who doesn't have integrity. Number three, become a person of impact. What you want to do is to be able to obsess about, as in, the formula is simple, guys. Get a problem that people are facing and bring a solution. Find a problem that people have and bring a solution. If you see that, abantu in yote balumanyo, and we have Robina. Robina is our front desk manager. Our front desk manager saw that people don't have anything to take with break, and she started baking donuts. So she's selling donuts, and she has a full-fledged fridge in the kitchen, and she's making money. She saw a need and sought to solve. That is now the smallest that I can show you, that you can see a need somewhere. How many, I told someone of a business idea. For example, there are some women that are too busy that they don't have time to actually cook. And you can actually do something, a service where during the weekend, you actually you cook food, you supply it to these people. Some of these people are living in some of these flamboyant places. They have fridges 24/7. And what you have to do is to make sure that you pack and do meal prepping. You put it in their fridge. They give you your money. And all they do is warm as they go. There are people who are like that. So you've seen people who supply maids. They're also building brands in supplying maids. They're like, we bring a maid, we train the maid, and then we supply the maid, and we are able to follow up on the maid. But what are they doing? They're building a name for themselves. Don't shine the spotlight on you. The spotlight is supposed to shine on your customers, the people that you serve. Okay? Make sure that they know that you have their full attention. Make sure that they know that you care about them. Okay? Make sure they know that you are concerned about their problem. I don't know. I want us to share. What opportunities have you seen that can actually create businesses? Some of us, when I speak here, you have a microphone. What opportunities have you seen that can make we have a hand right behind there. Mm-hmm. Oh, you wanted to give us one. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
One I've seen that I work on is dandruff
Uh-huh.
in women's hair.
Jesus. You see that? Dandruff in women's. The way we beat our hair, even our children, my last born, you will find him. What's the problem? Until I learned that he actually sees it through me. Let's have another one. He's copying, like seriously. So now he's also used to doing it. Uh-huh.
In my line of food, I've seen a need, now that people are changing their lifestyle into healthy eating, organic eating. So, the reason why I'm here, by the way, I need to know how to package my the different ways of preparing food, the steaming of these worlds. We go back to the traditional way of preparing food, package it well, and then sell to people who now want to live a healthy life. Yeah.
Okay. So, you realize, let's go through with this and then come back here.
I've realized that after COVID, teachers got so disappointed with how their bosses treated them, and they have kind of left the teaching business. And now me being a senior teacher, I after COVID, I said, I'm not going back to teaching. Let me do something else. Now I do a mentorship program for teachers to try to talk to them and come back to the originality of teachers, and it is working well. So I am here.
Wow. You're earning money.
I know.
Huh?
I'm here to learn more on how I can sell my package, because whenever I'm given a microphone to speak, having been a teacher for a long time, I know how a teacher is supposed to be. But nowadays they are not as we used to be in my days. So now they're like, hey, but you're good. You know all these things. So I want to brand myself and become a better mentor in that area.
Yeah, in my line of business, I'm solving the high level of unemployment. by empowering people with hands-on skills.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So you see a gap. There are people that don't have the knowledge that he has. He has gone through the criteria, and now he can take other people through the same criteria to earn. Yes, please.
The opportunity I've realized in my profession is that whenever I speak to people, they appreciate actually my input. And these days I'm becoming much more intentional what I'm saying and how I respond to their issues. The other one is that being who I am, I want to utilize this platform to grow and also trying to give a message of hope to other people.
Wow.
So I want to grow in ministry,
In
and also becoming intentional in defending my identity. Thanks.
Wow. Serving people. Amazing. We have a hand over there.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
For me, I get to see an opportunity in helping people who have got pregnancies surprisingly.
Surprisingly, abruptly, suddenly, unplanned. Oh.
Unplanned, puzzled expectant mothers. Yeah, because there is a client I got. I've been seeing most of them. But ever since I got into this mentorship, now I'm so intentional about what I tell them. And I'm here making for them plans, guiding them on which hospitals to go to, advising them that, yeah, you can go through. I even saved one from aborting a child. So
wow.
I'm happy about that.
Amazing. So you see how different we are? With different dreams. Different dreams. And before we come back here, because I want us to go through strategy, I want us to run very quickly to where we have, because we are all different. And we have different destinies, we have different dreams, we have different desires, and these are the things that are going to earmark the things and the spaces where we are going to create our personal brands. While someone is going to create a personal brand in clothing, another one in food, another one in pregnant women and postnatal, another one in creating jobs, another one in giving hope and in ministry. So you realize that we are you cannot copy and paste another person's passion and what they're creating a brand in and apply it in your life. It is going to fail. I put it down there, I think it is the last segment, where I say that, do you know you? Because you must know yourself in order to do something that is tailor-made, that is unique to you. With do you know you, I think we talked about a unique design. You were designed, you have different temperaments, okay? We have different temperaments, how we react to things, how we understand things, and it's okay to be different. Don't seek to look like any other person, because there are people who their temperaments help actually their businesses. There are sanguines, they're all over the place. Abayiribi. It's very hard to find an introvert who is a muyiribi. But the sanguines, ebigere byabwe tebituuka kutaka bikaseera nkuleetereyo kati najja n'akanone okalinayo kano wati okalina tomalira budde nagenda n'akanone eri as in ng'olaba nti their temperament ebeeyimirira, it is speaking on their behalf. So never want or admire and say, hey, this brand is thriving. Nayenga, it is totally different. So respect your design, your unique design. Know your self-awareness when you're building a brand. Okay? Self-awareness. Know your unique design. Number 2. We have desires. We have 2 different things. Do you know that we can walk into a shop and you see something different? Recently, we walked into a shop. I saw, for me, all I wanted was home decor. And all Mr. Sabiti were perfumes, home perfumes. And like I keep getting disappointed because he keeps buying home perfumes for every bathroom, for every corner of the house, for under the chairs, for underwear. Like for him, he's a perfume person. When we go to the shop, even when he wants something else, he will see only what he wants, and for me, I will see only what I want. Now each one of us will decide what we want to get out of that shop. You get it? So that goes to show you that we are totally different people with different desires. Techiwomera matama abiri. Okay? We have different desires. And then we have the unique what? Unique dreams. What we want, we are building brands, but we are building brands according to the dreams and the visions that we have. Okay? So I need you to be able to understand your uniqueness. We will dive deeper into that maybe some other time, but I want you to know that you are unique to yourself. Okay? That is why oli alowooza dandruff, oli alowooza basomesa. oli ali mu bakozi business kola sabuni, oli ali mu bambuto. You get it? Just imagine bweba transferring ekyaba embuto ne bakikuwa. Aha, ogenda kola otya ng'omumwa ogunyodde. Okay, so let's come to packaging. Health. The health enthusiasts. Now, the thing, have you started doing it?
It's in the pipeline.
It's in the pipeline. Where do you want to be able to display it? Because the people that you're dealing with are people who have money. Exactly. In that category, you're 40 and above, most of the times. And they are the creme de la creme. How to get to them, however, is the issue. Where do you find them? So now we must answer where. Mm-hmm.
First, I was thinking of going broad on social media because I mean, being a global village, social media was my first thought of approach.
Social media?
Yes. I think I'm at that. Oh, no. Even gyms, prestigious.
Yes, gyms, by the way, yeah?
So those two, social media and gyms.
Okay, social media, gyms. And how do you want to package it? How do you want to just do the local dishes? Do you want to go into salads? Do you want to go into...
I want to do mainly local dishes.
Okay.
But then with a little bit of salad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so because what you have to be able to understand is the pricing, that is what you have to look at, the delivery channels, and definitely the scaling. Because the starting is okay, but you have to get to somewhere and scale, because then you will need a wider market for it to be able to flourish. Okay? Someone else was mentioning something else. Dandruff, have you, you have products on the market?
Yeah.
Well, how are they doing?
The product is okay, but the only thing how to reach the customers. Is
What are you currently using?
Social media and then door to door, like
What is
salons.
What is your page?
No.
Social media.
It's mine. It's on mine.
What is it called?
No, on WhatsApp. Just
What is social media? Wait, you're just doing it on WhatsApp?
yes.
So you don't have Instagram?
No,
You don't
not-
have Facebook?
No, I have Instagram, but I don't put it there. I've not
Why?
yet put it there yet.
Why? Do you know how we don't maximize on what we have and free of charge? Do you have a specific reason for not putting it there?
Not
So what are you putting on your status?
on my status. I'm putting my product itself there.
Your product. You
Yeah.
did graphics for it.
Yeah.
So you just put a picture every day, pew, and you count on people seeing it. How many
Yes.
orders do you get by day?
Per day. No, I move. Like I move to salons, different salons
Okay.
around town.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So let's run. When she mentioned saloon, let's go to the 4 levels of value. 4 levels of value. 4 levels of value has implementation as the lowest level. Well, there is a certain diagram. It's like a staircase. No, wait, did they put implementation up? Yes. Okay, now that is, I think the person twisted it. I get the one that designed it. Let me look at it. Aha, she actually, she twisted it. No, so now we are going to intentionally read it the other way round, okay? And I'll make sure that for those of you that are in the groups, we send the right one. When we come to implementation, I mentioned the use of muscle. The moving around and taking things to shops, and that is a very necessary step, okay? But I will tell you, did I put the money, the possible money that you can be able to earn? He didn't indicate, and I gave him all that mugi. Okay, so this is what happens. At the implementation level, that is the lowest level, by the way. Remember, we are twisting it the other way around. The implementation level is when you use hard work. Abasitule migugu, abatambuze ebintu door to door, abakola. It's when you use muscle. Now, the money that you can get out of that, it will be barely between 0 to 1 million. At 1 million, like obo funyenyo, okay? Where people are giving you, you're employed and people tell, do this, do this, do this, as in okoze samani. You are involved in the day-to-day running of whatever business it is, okay? That is the implementation. We go to the unification, number 2. We are answering the reason as to why she's actually not going bigger than she has to go, okay? Number 2 is unification. Unification says, what does it say there? I want us to move together. Okay, so you realize that when someone is in unification, now they're away from just the level of involving their muscles. Now they are at the level of a manager. The level of a manager. So the level of a manager is when you're the one giving orders. You're telling people, do this, do that, and do that. And you know that managers are paid a bit higher than the people down on the implementation. The ones that are implementing are the subordinates. You know, do this and they do it. So the managers are paid a bit higher. Now, where the real earning starts is above the unification. Remember, we are twisting it the other way around. They drew that diagram very wrong, okay? And I didn't actually get a chance. They delivered it late. So let me do this. Yeah, they must have written it wrong. So let me give it to you the right way, okay? When you have, let's say, these are the levels, okay? Okay, let me just... Okay, so we said implementation. Okay, and then when we say implementation, this one, unification. This is communication. Okay, and then imagination. Okay, so now, at this level, this is muscle. Fast, kola nyo, sota kadongo, as in that level, okay? There is money here, but it is barely, it can never go beyond to 1M, 0 to 1M, or 0 to 500,000. And some of us know those that are get 0 to 300,000, okay? And then, now, when you come to, this is masoyo yekwe imirida manyu oina kola nyo. And let me tell you, hard work does not translate into wealth. It doesn't. So, because you cannot scale effort, you cannot scale hard work. It has a bottom line that is where the glass ceiling is. Now, when you go from this level and go to unification, this is where you have managers. Okay? When you cross to the level of managers, you're paid a little bit high. And let me just take it that it will be maybe from 500K, depending on the company, but let's take it to 5M, okay? 500K to 5M. That is, as in you, I mean, you're living a good life, you're driving a Karaum, you're driving a, yeah, I mean, you're giving orders, people are working, you get it. Your life is a bit simpler for you, but again, it is not scalable. It is because it is not a must that you will graduate from manager and go to director and go to because some companies already have decided directors and decided CEOs. So the best that you can do, you can be a line supervisor or a manager. Okay? And that means after that, there is a class ceiling. You have to be able either to create your own business or stay as a manager for the rest of your life. And let me tell you, the longer you stay at that level, the lower the money goes. The older you get at that level, the lower the money goes, even at the muscle level. The longer you stay or the older you get, the lower the money goes. Because people are like, onotacha alina nyo manyi, gakola byakola. Now, when you come to the communication, the line of making wealth or having chances to break through is when you come to communication. Okay? That is where you're not using your muscle, you're not a manager, but you are, for example, if you are making sales, do you know that sales people write their own checks? They have a blank check. Asalawo nazo kukana gambo mwezi guno njagala obukadde abiri. Nagamba ngenda bukolirira. Bwabanga, they are really hardworking and they knock enough doors and they speak well, they articulate, they have the power of persuasion, they will be able to actually make the money, or even they can make more than that they make. So that means no one is deciding how much they earn. Go to coaches, go to public speakers, go to artists. You get it? They will produce their music. That is all in communication, at the level of communication. So here, if you're saying that, you know what, someone can actually earn from 5M all the way to, let me say, 100. Okay? Or if not, I can even put it at 200 million. That you can be able to earn within that range. If you are using, remember we talked about focus. So even when you are at the communication level and you don't have a sense of focus, you're not making money. At the communication level, that is where when you have a business and you're promoting it and you're branding it and you have gone to the communication level. As in, you thought about a concept, you produced a concept, and now it is tangible, you actually have it. That is where, when I say, when you don't diversify your kind of communication, you are limiting yourself and you're cheating on yourself. So when you tell me that I am actually carrying the goods and taking them to every salon, it is a very good module of operation, but it is not scalable. You get it? You have to get to a place where you have enough orders and at a place where you're not putting too much so that you can be able to delegate and have people who actually go from saloon to saloon, and you get at the level where you are imagining more about that. You see how you are thinking more about what are the health enthusiasts thinking, what do they want, why? Because you've done food for a very long time, and now you're imagining, can I get a better, can we go higher, can we go bigger, can we earn more money, how can we earn more money? If I can't earn more money doing the same thing, then can I diversify? When you see Riham creating tamarind juice, and they are creating berry juice, and they are creating, that is diversification of the same product. And most of the times when you are a brand, you have to be a productized brand for you to be able to actually survive in the market. If you're a brand that has no product, chances are people are going to outgrow you. For example, if I'm just speaking and speaking and speaking and I don't have courses, I don't have books, I don't have any kind of merchandise, I have not established any channels of income that are outside even what I am doing, I am not into real estate, I am dead. You get it? You're going to see me for 1 year, for 2 years, but I will get tired eventually. I will grow eventually. So you have to have product, but make sure that you come to the communication stage. Make sure that you talk about your product widely. People are on social media posting songs because they are singers. They are going live, and people are actually listening. They want to view, they want to watch. Okay? So sometimes we don't give people what they want because we are thinking, will they receive it well? Kakati we nacho gerako bagenda kungamba awo na ya itiriza. Yitirira. Want you? Please.
There is also a time when you notice a problem and you want to solve it. Now I can give you an example. I mean, also like the same line with my sister behind there. Recently, we realized that most of the women, especially women a bit aged, they suffer with the problem of alopecia, and they are hair loss. Like you start becoming bald, they're losing hair. Yeah, and they also face a problem of their hairline. So someone came up with an idea, and she came up with very, very nice products, natural products. But she invests a lot. So when she brought those products to us at the salon, you communicate to the clients and tell them, these products are very good. In 3 months, you'll be seeing a very good result. But when you tell them, it's a very long process. Like you use a lot of products, it takes you a lot of time. But the person you're working on, they are not willing to give you exactly what you want.
So you'll end up being forced to just sell them the products. They go and work it out, or their maids at home help them out. Because for you, when you choose to keep the products and work on them at your place, you'll be losing a lot. There will be more losses than profits. You get what I'm trying to say? Yes. So
these are part of the relaxers and leave-in conditioners and what? Like it's a whole line.
It's a long thing. It's a big thing. The treatment itself, it contains a lot of things. An oil, a shampoo, a hair food. So you'll give them the bill and they'll be like, it's too expensive. Yes, it's too expensive, but the products cost really a lot. It will not.
Do you know why you're struggling?
No.
And you have money.
We really do advertise.
Where?
On social media.
Okay.
Yes.
You get clients from social media?
There are very few. But the pages are there.
The other thing would be, how are you advertising? Yes, you're advertising, but how are you advertising? Because when I look at how you're advertising, I will know that this is something, but they are not interested.
So how am I supposed to get them be interested? How am I supposed to do that? Because yes, you have talked about social media.
Is it your pages or the salon pages?
The salon pages. But definitely. I also get involved. Like I'll go through pages. My friends, I'll post it on my status. Yes.
I am actually in the same line. But for me, what I did before I even started putting things on market, actually I haven't put them like on market. But I have like so many people who have tried my products. I did samples. I got small containers, made my oils, and gave to people, like different people with a problem. Like I see a friend who has a problem with the hairline, I give you a sample. Someone who has alopecia, I give you a product, but still.
No,
no,
it's okay.
It's part of marketing. Because when someone uses that small portion, because of course I'm not giving like a big tin, they are small sample containers. So if someone uses it and it works for them, they are going to tell someone else that they got the oil from me, and like that referrals. Then also, sometimes we don't research enough. Now, like what she talked about alopecia, some of it is not going to, the things that we are making might not work. They don't actually work because some of those things are permanent and they have no cure. So whatever thing you do, whatever you try, it is not working. But you're out there telling people, hey, it cures alopecia. So someone is buying thinking it is going to work and it will never work. If it doesn't work, they're not going to put a word out there for you to someone else.
They will put a bad word.
Yes.
The reason as to why people say that it doesn't work, there is something with us, Africans, we are not consistent. Like when I come out and tell you this product, if you have alopecia, if you use it, you're going to solve that problem. You will think it's going to happen in 1 month. Yet it's something you're supposed to do. It's a treatment. Like you're supposed to do it for some time. And we are not consistent. And that is the problem we find with certain clients. You'll tell her this thing is nice. You do the treatment for the first time. The second time, it doesn't bikola.
But the thing is, do you know what propels that patience that you want amidst them? The thing is, we said, develop a name that people can't say yes. They can't say no to. That they say yes every time. Because they have seen you, you speak, and people have to watch you for 70 hours to fall in love with what you are talking about. For 70 hours. That means when they say a clip of 3 minutes or 3 minutes, they could go 70 hours. So that for them to be able to develop a liking and say gundi mumanyi. Because tugula mube tumanyi, bwe tukulaba as a stranger agamba nti lese ekiche kale katulabe oba katale analwako. N'omwako gujja ne tukulaba ng'okyakungujja. Agamba kale akyagenda katumulabe. Some people are going to buy 5 years after you have introduced the product. Bumbe, they have been seeing you from day one. Why? Trust. And authority. They're like, who is she? Does she have authority in what she's saying? You get it? So when you come and you actually talk to us about it. You give us information that is relatable. You give us the problems that people are actually going through. Sometimes you talk to a client and you're like, how did this happen? And someone says, you know, I've just given birth and I lost my hairline. I've been told it's because of breastfeeding. And you're like, okay, so let's go on a trial. Let's try and see how far we go. We'll come back after a month and tell you about it. You realize that I will believe in the person speaking about your product than you who is selling that product. You get it? That is why I said, tutegeke no, omalochi uko tutegeke no, omalochi azintuddeko mu maaso tugambe banange ndi wano, atola logambe wululu banange mumpulidde, kajambo banange temumpitako, as in you have. You get it? So you don't just promote something and or put something up and you think that bachirabye. These days social media has been limited. That very few people actually, the people that know you, now we timeline you, and yet you used to see them, but now you're no longer seeing them. That means the algorithm has changed. It has mood swings. It's like a pregnant woman. Whether it wants to publish your things, it will publish them. And sometimes you will sit there and it will get 0 likes and you're like, yee, whatever. Million, and you're like, what is the what's the you get it? So you must be able, because when the algorithm sees your consistency, then it knows you're serious. Then it will start giving your products to other people, putting it in the faces of other people. But these things of you also having mood swings on internet. You're coming, you're peeping there today, and then you until next week. And then you promise yourself, I will. And then you start writing a post and you're like, but the post is not posting. The words are not coming. What should I say? Go to another page that does what you do and get inspiration. You get it? Who is doing what you have done? For example, there is a product in Kenya that is doing so well, that is that Caroline Motoko is promoting about hairline and all that. How have they? They have gone into affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is when you actually give me a percentage of the product and I talk about your product. I sell your product for you. That is affiliate marketing. So I talk about it like it's my own. And you are getting, I'm pushing the customers to you and they're buying the product. You can go full influencing. You can go ads. You can go as in asiko obulamu or mukono. That is what happens with a business. Growing a business and being able to sell a product. The payoff might not be immediate, but after a year, after 2 years, that is when you're going to see that. But again, if you don't start now, even after 2 years, you will not have results. So after 2 years, you will be starting and you'll be like, the best time for you to create a brand was 10 years ago. The next best time is now. Okay? So you craft it with diligence, not for no to soma, no to gamba. That is why, by the way, even the algorithm these days will tell you that they will give me, for example, they will give me some of the posts that have done so well, and they will be like, benchmark on those and create another reel that can go viral. Do you get it? As in they're telling you, what did you do in this reel that made people like it? So can you do the same thing so that people can like it again? Wanji, on social media, say something serious, no one is going to be for you. Say something useful, tewali ayagala kumanya. Let us circus. Oh, buli omunga asembera. Akobajja kewereza everywhere. You get it? That is why people go ahead and also do circus. You get it? And even go on, for example, current affairs. When you're building a brand, you don't build a brand, 80 or let me say 50% must be your own things. Actually, 50% must be the thought leaders in your industry. 50% of what you have to post. Thought leaders in your industry. The 20%, yours. Or let me say 30. The 20% is abantu byebagala. Bawe byebagala. Oyinza okusanga nga bopostinga nga oli n'omwana wo nga people will like more than when you show your face. As in, I'm just giving you good. For example, my family posts go viral more than any post that is serious. You post very good content and it's like no one has seen it. And then you post family and everyone, hey, mama, hey. And you're like, you get it. But that's what social media has turned into, that it is no longer as virgin as it used to be. Yeah? Right now it has mood swings. So come from every angle. My dear, madam, social media is your friend.
Yes.
Social media is your friend. And some of us, I would love to see. Do you have a picture of your product? I would love to see. Some of us, we create pictures that people don't want to see. Can I have a look? As in, ochkuba, no tuteka mass of words. Show me, and I'll show you a difference.
I bring it back.
Yes, please. So, this is the picture that you put on social media.
No. Now this is kind of what I posted recently. This was just new stock. Just took it to show someone that it had arrived.
Okay. Okay. Now I don't have the Nani to show you, but I can clearly see that this. Okay. We came here for honesty, right? Yeah. This picture is overcrowded. I don't know what I'm supposed to buy here. If you tell me it's a whole package, I have signed out of buying. Because some of us, we want to pick and say, I want to have this product first, and I want to have the other product first. Okay? Look at this picture. What's the difference? Do you see this picture? I think this one has a, do you see this picture? Is there a difference? Yeah. Which one do you like more? The other ones. You can't see. Sorry? But you see how vibrant is it? It is. They've put a box, they've put a kagundi, and they have made it, you know? Like seriously, people, by the way, they pay a lot of money to have these motions created. But what do they want? They are tapping into our emotions. Bokalabanga kayika bwotyo ngogamba mama kajja kuba kagenda ku lususu lwange. Ate mama tekaliko moisturizer, tekaliko simanyi, it takes away pigmentation. Who wants pigmentation? And it, do you understand? Like they understand the language of the industry, the jargons of the industry. And then they understand what we want to hear when they say it makes the skin brilliant. Let me tell you, but when they put on it makes the skin brilliant, my friend, everyone wants a brilliant skin and a bright skin. So we are actually buying. And then when they put in words that we don't understand, like hyaluronic acid and nimaside and what, and you're like, nange njagala kwesiga ko ku nimaside. Akola atya. I know. Like seriously, njagala kwesiga ko ku kojic oil, a kojic acid akola atya. You get it? And they will even put now this one. They will even call it a daily companion. And then the other one, a morning moisturizer. Do you see how you buy a daily companion and a morning moisturizer? So that you can have both companions. I'm saying this, like it's kind of joke, but to show you that as buyers, we have mood swings. So when you give us something that is clear, articulate, that is why communication is very important. It has to be persuasive. And persuasive communication is not ya kuneta lako, is not ya kunkakasa, you know kungulirako, or you know kungulako. No. Persuasion is a mind game. So when I see something and it is clearly communicated, have you followed that page? Have you ever followed that page that I was showing you? Come and see. Do you see what they say? Gives a brightening, radiant glow. And then they deeply cleanses. Now they are differentiating the products. So now you know what you want to buy and what you don't want to buy. You get it? Packaging is important. Very important. You would rather do few products, but make sure that you make an investment to know that, by the way, and by the way, even if you went on Google and asked the world most selling products, they have particular colors. That is why bajja kwekopa bakole white bonna buli omu ng'akola white. Lwaki? Because they know people love white. nga white nga mulimu gold and a touch of gold, and people will go crazy about it because they are associating gold with luxury. Have you ever seen people abalanga ebintu ebyo? So now you see the same goes for you. You're in the same category. For her, she's on social media. You are not yet on social media. I think you sent me a picture of your picture. It was all It was not captivating, okay? So I need you to go back and think, okay? How can I make this captivating? Number one, as I also create a personal brand. When you come and you're giving us, walio muntu ku social media na yogere bintu nayenga bikwata kugwe. Nga ne bwaba akola makeup ng'olya alinga amukola kugwe nga nawe oseka n'okuseka n'ojjako ne ka volume naye nga bw'oseka bwakola omumwana bwakola atya ne bwakugamba nti kano kenkute mu ngalo nkatunda. Do you know how many people will be willing to buy? Because they have seen them apply it on their skin. That is why we are dying to have things that influencers have. They're like, alina kachi? Mbo alina what? Alina what? NutriHub. And you buy things that you will not even use, but because you have been influenced. So a brand is supposed to influence. Your brand is supposed to influence. So choose an area and focus, like we said. Zoom in and say, you know what? Chino sichivako nino kuchiruma nkunuma ogwa waggulu n'ogwa wansi. As in something has to come out of this, because you're not investing to play. You're not investing to waste money. You're not investing to waste time. You're investing so that you can get returns on your investment. That might take a little bit longer, but pay the cost. Show up. Research. For those that are in the mentorship, you write the 50 problems or the 100 problems of the people that are going through the same thing. Number one, oja kwolo ngoyambadde wig. Nobagamba nti mwambala wig naye mumanyi wig kyezikweka mu mitwe gy'abakyala. Wagamba mbala wig nga wano waliwo enviiri naye nga wano chiwalaata. And if you're the kind, don't die there thinking that there is actually no remedy. We can be able to do something. And so you introduce one product and you're like, for example, if you use this for such a length of time with consistency, you will be able to actually have your hair back if you have such and such a condition. And then people love the truth. However, there are people who will come to us for checking so that we can rule out the impossibility and possibility. Because you have to be able to check them and know what hair can grow back and what hair cannot grow back. There has to be a way, a mechanism of checking hair that can grow back and that cannot grow back. Dandruff that can go and dandruff that came to stay. There has to be a mechanism. So find, I told you, get obsessed by what you are doing. Huh? It's okay, it's okay. It's okay. And that is exactly what leads me to the mindset, okay? Because we take a lot of time, we want to do a lot of hard work, and yet the Bible says whatever we need to do is to sharpen the axe. What we are sharpening is you're changing your mindset. Now your mind is opening up towards social media. Because you are here. That is your mindset shifting, a mega shift that is going to maybe bring millions into your business if you're able to do it the right way and consistently and be able to show up. What stops people from showing up on social media? Why do people fail to show up on social media? Fear of?
And there is a lot of hassle. Following.
Mm-hmm. What is easy? What is easy?
There is nothing is easy, but that whenever you think about how will I get to to a certain number of followers, that is where most people quit.
So now you see that is focusing on a wrong thing. Yeah. Your focus should be today. You get it? Have I shown up today? Because when you focus on that, it is going to discourage you. Because then every time you're going to look at the numbers. And every time you look at the numbers, you're like, you know what, I'm not even getting new followers. I'm even wasting time. So before you know it, you're not posting. You're not showing up. But the moment, actually, your issue should be to be concerned about the people and then to build a community of people that believe in what you have to sell and believe in you. So how you build a community is every day you show up. No jano bagamba, hi guys, I am back. Nina kendese. It's okay. Never kuvuma. Bagamba kakati walata. Sibalogoa. Bajja kola chi. Ngo bagamba nakomyewo. Ate by the way, chototia. What does that does to you? It actually strengthens you. Boko mango gamba npichimanyi nti joba mpiso mulogo. Naye era sigenda bavaako. Ndi wano nchimanyi waliwo abakazi abasafaringa. Musazeke enviri mugamba fashion, so si fashion. Abamu kwegamba wig nefuka wig, mwambala wig ezikikinadde Monday to Friday, as in why you don't have any options. But do you know that you can actually understand their fears, understand their problems, understand what they are afraid about, understand all their problems, because some of them are actually tortured. Some of them cannot even go on a date with a man. Nagamba mama kakati omusajja wananondeku ne tugende ewuwe kati wigi ne mansuka ne gweri ali ne chimulemesa obufumbo ne chimulemesa agamba ekirata bwe bakirabako bagenda kukola batya abantu bayitamu. Let me tell you, there are people who are suicidal because of hair loss. There are people whose marriages are dying. As in buli watunulira omwami walaba omwami wa musekerera kumba omwami sibyaliko. Like seriously speaking. By the way, half the time byetulaba kufa abakyala byetwerabako abami baba tebabira banabira. Omuwoleza hairline awoza hairline yeruwa. Gwojimanyi. Nti mama obuviri bwange busenyuse mama nze nganda banungi. Like seriously, they are not seeing what you are seeing. Fetwe erimba. Nongaba kale skin yange eringa ekikere yalaba ka beauty. Kati ategwa mu bikudde amaaso. Agamba wankanetegereze. Kinzo kuba kituufu eno skin erabika ya kikere. Ogenda okulanga you're becoming insecure for no good reason. So people have insecurities. So many insecurities. So the moment you understand, because the other thing you will tell me, chichi chempandika ku social media. Understand their problems and respond to their problems. Balagenti waliwe su. Balagi, I can walk this journey with you. Okay? And sometimes, if you have ever faced, even if it's a little hair loss, exaggerate it. Bagambe nange na chitam. Hey. But tell what, why are you laughing like that? Who has not gone through hair loss? Everyone has gone through hair loss. Either bazisazeko ngabazisiba oba bazikoze batya, and you have wanted some of us have been frustrated at some level ngatula bimviriza fedejina zezikola chi jezigenda, and then no kugamba abantu wewe emirembe bobera kubunkenke toina progress jogenda kulaba okimanyi omuntu agula product kwolo nayagala enkyala bemviri.
And that stress alone,
of course, it breaks your hair.
Yes, that's stress.
So you tell them.
Yes, stress breaks hair, by the way.
So you tell them by the way, the more you stress yourself, the more your hair thins.
Yes, because
and
the
it
pleasure
breaks.
comes from stress, right? The stress.
Ate abamu ku bo oyagala okukweka nayo yonoona oteekako wigi nga bagitaddeko glue. Kati wigi eriko glue n'ekunyuulako obusigaddeko. Kikyoyagala. Abange katutabula n'ebiwalaata byaffe tubimoisturizing bulungi tubiweeweete abantu bategeere nti tulina ebiwalaata. Like seriously, if you go to a skin doctor ng'ayagala kujjanjaba kyasooka okugamba no makeup.
Yes.
So you have to have a bare skin with yombalabe, with everything. It's a cost. Every time obato yagala kutunula abantu buli kasero tambala mpaka woja muka self love nogamba naye enfachi ayagala okuntunulya ntunundi atayagala atumbe. I'm on a healing journey.
Yeah,
I want to be
you
better.
feel.
So sigenda kweyo none solo okuba njagala kuteeka ko layers tuzibike. So you realize the mindset has to change. The tools. Fall in love with technology, guys. Fall in love with what? AI, yes. Has anyone used AI? Wanji? Have you come up with posts? Have you generated posts with AI? No. It does an amazing job. It does an amazing job. Definitely, nothing will beat a human mind. Not a computer in this world will beat a human mind. But in times where you are stuck, the AI can lend you a hand. Because some of us get stuck because of content. So when you write, and by the way, you're like, I want to write about this and this, you just enter, this is what I deal in, and I am targeting this person, and I want to be able to write a marketing post. They will give you like 15 angles. So go through all the 15 angles. Don't just copy and paste. Copy, put it somewhere, and also edit it, and you take a and then you post it. But it's better than starting from zero. Okay? So make sure that you fall in love with tech. Maybe you're not going to go deeper into tech, but fall in love. X. No olaba as in olaba thread no gamba kakati abo batugamba bichiba nange. Wabanga buli kimu ekinaja tunachibukira bubukizi. Nenga ku thread wali abantu. It's a community, it's going on and it's growing, okay? So, fall in love with tech. Don't stay out of it, okay? And then the third one is the skill set. Get the competence that you need. The competence. Agambye yazeyo musomero. She's doing, as in she's teaching herself nutrition. She's saying, what can I do? What can these people eat? And let me tell you, it is profitable. Do you know how many people in this world, me inclusive, that are taking the trend of healthy eating? Because we have discarded tetwagala kukadiwa nga tulina mood swings, tetwagala kadiwa ngebimwa jituli mu nnyindo, twagala tukadiwe nga tukyalabikako bulungi. And so we are taking the trend of healthy eating. So when we find someone who has done the market research for us, someone who can give us information, nchomanyi, bolia boti, bolia mo portions obesity, this is how you can maintain your weight, this is how your blood sugar is not going to spike, this is how you cannot tamper with your high blood pressure. My friend, that person is my best friend. You get it? So we need people that have information. We need people that have taken time to study what they are doing. You just don't show up like you're an alien and then you're like, kakati kankwate kuchino. Alien. So do we understand the unification, the communication? Now, at the level of imagination, that I don't need to say anything, but deliberately selfish forever will sell. The book that I wrote, how many years ago? So many years ago. Up to now, there are people who are looking for it in diaspora. Here, I've started selling, I'm selling the soft copy. I'm going to put it on the application that people can be able to download it on their own, as in, it will sell. I will never make a second edition, make nzira mubiaji. You get it? But it's my imagination that is selling. I don't need to speak. I don't need to appear anywhere to speak. So you realize that is where people say passive income. But it is not passive income. It is income that you worked for. You invested in, you did your research, you worked for it. But once it is on the shelf, there is nothing else that you need to do about it.